What's up, family? Hey, first and foremost, I apologize if you got on looking for Real Talk Tuesdays. Um, I've had to table that for a minute. But I do want to have a real heart to heart with you guys. Man, this is going to be real deep, okay? Stay with me. Excuse me. I want to talk to you guys about intimacy. Intimacy. Intimacy has absolutely nothing to do with sex, okay? Intimacy is a spiritual connection where you allow others to into me see. What is that saying? That's saying that I'm allowing other individuals, I'm spiritually connected with you, and I become completely open and transparent so that you can see and experience the real me. That's all intimacy is. I'm going to say that again. Intimacy, it's a spiritual connection. It's a beautiful spiritual connection where you open up and you allow others to see and experience you. Okay? You give them a privileged guided tour into the real deep you. Okay? Nothing to do with sexuality at all. The great majority of us, we're terrified of intimacy. We're intimidated by it. Um, we don't want anything to do with it because of our unresolved issues. And some of us, we don't really think that we have anything to offer other than our physical being, our physical beauty, sex, a superficial conversation. You know, for the great majority of us, unfortunately, that's all we think we have to offer. And that's why we make sex such a big deal. That's why we make our outward appearance such a big deal. Because after all, that's all we got to offer. You know what I mean? This is the best of us. You know what I mean? And that's really not the case, but that's what we believe. You know what I mean? The greatest part of you, the most important part of you, the best part of you is the spiritual component. So many of us, we've been messed up by religion, and the dogmas of religion and just the craziness that go along with that. You know what I mean? And so we think anything spiritual, it's enslaving. We think of spirituality as, man, I'm not dealing with that foolishness. You know what I mean? I'm not dealing with them people and their crazy beliefs and whoopty 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 whoop. You know what I mean? Been there, done that. And that's the unfortunate side of life. That we tend to take a good thing and mess it up. You know what I mean? It's just human nature. We take a beautiful thing and we contaminate it, and we throw a whole bunch of rules on it and a whole bunch of other stupid stuff, that completely diminishes its purpose or takes away its power. You know what I mean? Intimacy. Man, we have to learn to get past our superficial thoughts, our superficial feelings, you know what I mean? Our superficial beliefs. We have to get past that. We have to understand that we're spiritual beings, living having a human experience. So if you're a spiritual being and you're having a human experience, then logic says that as a spiritual being, you have spiritual eyes. Logic says that as spiritual beings, you have spiritual ears, Um, and it's crazy because as soon as you mention seeing with your spiritual eyes, or, being able to see with your third eye, and a lot of my Christian friends, religious friends, man, they're going to get triggered as soon as I say that. You know what I mean? They're going to get, you know, taken back because I mentioned third eye, you know. Family, we have to wake up. We have to grow up spiritually. We have to grow up spiritually. We've been so dumbed down. We've been so hoodwinked, so just messed up. You know what I mean? And we think that because somebody said, man, their third eye's open, or somebody says that, man, they're seeing with their spiritual eyes, man, they're the devil, and whoop-de-whoop-de. Man, we got to get past that stupid stuff, family. We have to grow up. We have to grow it spiritually. And it's crazy because you talk to me about, oh, that's devil stuff, whoop-de-whoop-de. But yet Jesus said, time after time in the Bible, to him that have ears to hear, let him hear. He's sitting there, standing there talking to these people. He know that they could hear them or hear him with their natural ears. He wasn't talking about them hearing him with their natural ears. He's talking about, hey, there's some things that I'm saying that, man, you can only truly understand spiritually. And to those that have spiritual ears, let them hear. To those that have spiritual ears, let them experience what I'm saying. Intimacy. Most of us do not have an intimate relationship with God or others. Because we're so superficial. Going to church don't mean that you have a relationship with God. Any church, you know what I mean? Picking up a book, a Bible, or any of that stuff, none of that means that you have an intimate relationship with God. We have to grow up, family. You could live with somebody for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Be with them every day. Cook for them, clean for them, have sex with them, and not once have an intimate experience with them. I'm going to say that again. You can live with someone for 50 years, cook for them, clean for them, take care of them when they're sick. They take care of you, you know, go on vacations, do whatever, you know what I mean? And in all of that 50 years, not once have an intimate connection. Just because you're with somebody don't mean you're intimate with somebody. Just because you spend time with people don't mean that you're being intimate with them. If you're not allowing yourself to become vulnerable and open and transparent and connecting to these individuals and giving them a guided tour into who you really are and allowing them to see and experience you, the real you, I don't care what you say, you're not being intimate. That is where the phrase namaste comes from. I'm going to say it again. Namaste comes from this intimacy. Namaste says, or it means, the God within me sees, recognizes, and acknowledges the God in you. So I have to see with the spiritual eye. I have to know spiritually that God's here. God's within me. He's within every one of us. And once I connect with that, I can then see God in everyone else, regardless of what they look like, regardless of how they're dressed, regardless of what they believe. I can still see God in them. However, once we open up and we connect spiritually, oh my gosh, that's a whole nother realm. That's a whole nother realm. See, I could see that God in you, but to be able to connect with the God in you, to be able to experience the God in you, which is you, You know what I mean? Family. My hope and prayer is that we grow up spiritually. You know what I mean? We grow up emotionally. We grow up intellectually. And we stop allowing religious dogmas, things that our family have taught us, you know, things that our community and societies have taught us. We dismiss all of that madness, and that we see it as a distraction, keeping us from discovering who we really are, keeping us from discovering how to intimately connect with other individuals. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.